So, I suppose, the best of my knowledge, I've never done a Pecha Kucha. I've been calling it Machu Picchu all week, which is where I suppose I started off with this slide. Appreciate it's supposed to be 20 seconds and 20 slides, so I'll try my best. But do bear in mind I'm a newbie at this. So my name is Paul Manning. I'm the founder of Physis Energy Solutions, and we provide energy services to the business and community organisations. I founded it with a friend of mine, Connor Bracken. He's a mechanical engineer and a certified energy manager, and my background is in construction and sales and business development. So just to kick off on, I suppose, what's the big mission of Physis, and what's the high level stuff? Way we see it, there's a big problem. Irish SMEs and community organisations wasting, according to the Sustainable Energy Authority, about 300 million a year in energy. Now, when you turn that into kilowatts, that's about half the output of Moneypoint, which obviously is one of the largest power stations in the country, or just over 1 million tonnes of carbon wasted unnecessarily for absolutely no reason, and a lot of money and a lot of drain on the economy. What's that when you equate that down just into the local organisations that we're targeting? I suppose the average waste, you can't see it really there, it's about 4,000 euros per organisation if you total it out. Some will be higher, some will be lower, of course. So that's really what we kind of say is that's money not being spent on what really, really matters. This particular case, Project Arts Centre in Temple Bar, it's a client of ours, and they're wasting just shy of 5,000 euros a year. So we're hoping to get that money and put it back into their services instead of into the coffers of Electricity, Energy or ESB or whoever they were with. And also Salon's GA Club, a small club that we've helped out as well. Our solution, the way we look at it is we provide an all-inclusive energy service. So I'll talk about it in a bit more detail later on, but the idea is to eliminate this energy waste, this unnecessary waste that comes from just how people use the energy within their own buildings. And it's just improving user behaviour, optimising systems and things like that. It's not about capital improvements, although we do cover that too, but initially it's just about making people use their buildings better, only using what you need. The ultimate goal, we want to create a positive power plant. It's a pretty cool picture. I like this one with the big smiley faces on the nuclear stacks. Ultimately, what we'd like to do is eliminate energy waste equivalent to a reasonable size power plant, in this case a 100 megawatt power plant. And to achieve the same, we need to assist about 16,000 SMEs and community organisations. The savings to the Irish economy will be about 70 million, or about 500,000 tonnes of CO2. So it is a sizable target. That is, as we say, that's our big, hairy goal, big, hairy, audacious goal, or BHAG. Whether we can achieve that or not, well, hopefully we can, but everybody has to start somewhere. So this is where the Fumbally Exchange and our participation in it comes in. Just to talk next about exactly what we do, I suppose this is our primary solution. I'll talk about our other services later on, but the first thing that we do when we come into a client is we audit their energy use. So we look at absolutely everything that uses energy within their business. So that can be the heating systems, the lighting systems, IT, and their kettles. We talk an awful lot about kettles. This particular gentleman has a very pimped up kettle, but they are a major, major user, and part of our training, actually about 15 minutes of our training, covers the waste involved, the energy waste involved in not using kettles or using kettles badly. From that audit, we compile a report. So we look at all the energy flows within the building, we look at how the energy is used, and then we give a list of opportunities on how the energy can be improved. And we set targets and we set timetables on how this can be achieved. Typical savings without any capital investment can be in the region of 10 to 20% just by improved user behaviour and system optimization. That's free money, for want of a better description. Big part of what we do, energy training and awareness. Now, we do take all of the staff in, but really what we focus on is a single key individual who we kind of nominate as the energy officer for that organisation. They're the person who ensures compliance on a day-to-day basis, and they're the person that we use as our single point of contact and that we support with our technical expertise. But we do have to get all of the staff on board, so we do go into the building and provide a large kind of training day, or not half a day session to everybody in there to really get staff aware and engaged about energy efficiency, not just in their business but also in their home. And the main thing then that we also offer is, we got your back. We're your wingman for a year. It's a follow-up and support. So we're constantly monitoring. We can get access to your energy bills. So we're constantly monitoring your energy usage. We're also there following up and supporting, just should things be not be on target? Why aren't they on target? Are there any major changes within your organization? How does this affect your energy usage, and how do we adapt to make sure that we do it in the most energy efficient way possible? So really the follow-up and support is what we view as key to the success of any energy management plan within an organization. Other services, these are all additional to the initial one. So grant funding, thermal imaging, capital upgrade, supply and install, green financing. These are all kind of, they may or may not apply to your particular organization. When it comes to grant funding, for example, the very short windows. This year the SEI it's only opens for 6 weeks, so it was the middle of March to the end of April. If you haven't got your application in, they've also slashed the funding rates. Previously for public and for community organisations it was 80%. Now it's down to 50% and 35 and 70 for commercial bodies. So it's a sector that unfortunately government policy is really, really lacking on. There was a great article in the Irish Times 2 days ago specifically on how government is not supporting energy efficiency. They talk an awful lot of hot air, so really practical solutions from the private sector are what are needed to really, really get this thing going. So just to look at, this is a graph showing the energy load, just to kind of see really what exactly we're about. This is a graph showing an energy load from an actual building. My business partner Connor was involved in. The top graph is a 7-day graph, so unfortunately behind here, so you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This was from April 2007. The same building from April 2011. There's really 3 things to note and the differences between these 2 graphs. The first one is the energy base load. This is the energy being used when the building's not in occupancy. So this is 8 o'clock in the morning, this is 8 o'clock at night. So you can see in here the building's being used. But this is just the energy load at night time when the building's not in use. Just with an energy management plan, reduce it from 50 down to 25 roughly kilowatts. So that's just bringing down, that's turning off machines that aren't needed. It's just, again, eliminating energy waste within the building. The other thing to note is the widths of the peaks. If you can see, very sharp peak, 8 o'clock. This is a building being used from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Very sharp peaks at 8 because everybody's kind of using all the facilities right up until the very, very end of the day. What we do is we stagger when things come on. So we're only really using what you need when you need. We're getting those energy peaks and pushing them together, you know, kind of thinning them out to make them just more efficient. It's basically not affecting how people work in their day-to-day operations, just using energy in a smarter way. The other thing was, this was Saturday and this was Sunday. The building was unoccupied. People had things on. They were leaving, systems were coming on the weekend when they didn't need to come on. It's like smart, it's not, I kind of say, people don't really think about their energy use and sure it's grand. We really get in there and look at the nitty gritty and eliminate this kind of stuff. There's no need for that to be on, wasting, in this particular building, thousands of euros a year. The other thing to point out is energy efficiency isn't just a here and now thing. It's every single year. If you can get your energy efficiency down, they're kilowatts you're never going to have to pay for again if you keep them there and maintain them there. Blue line, it was the baseline year, was 07. Again, same building. And it's just every year, just push it down, push it down, push it down. So we're just using what we need to succeed. There's no more need for anything beyond that. And of course then, what are the benefits? Well, there's 2 main benefits when you reduce the kilowatts. One is obviously increased cash flow, and the other is the CO2. So that's me. I think that was far less than 6 minutes. Thank you.